Good morning student, I am Hussain sir, and today in this lecture we will see method of measuring price elasticity of demand. In previous lecture we had seen the meaning of elasticity of demand, types of elasticity of demand and types of price elasticity of demand. And in this lecture we will see the method of measuring the price elasticity of demand. The first method is ratio or proportionate method. This method is developed by Professor Marshall, and as per this method the elasticity under this method the elasticity of demand can be measured by dividing the percentage change in quantity demanded from the percentage change in its price. In this method, by using the formula, applying the following formula, this formula, we can calculate the percentage elasticity of demand. The elasticity of demand will be calculated by dividing the percentage change in quantity demanded from percentage change in its price. This is called the percentage method or ratio or percentage method of measuring price elasticity of demand. This is the formula of calculating the price elasticity of demand, that is percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. By dividing percentage change in quantity demanded from the percentage change in price, we can easily measure the elasticity of demand. Mathematically, the above formula can be presented as follow. Elasticity of demand is equal to change in quantity demanded upon quantity divided change in price upon price. Then the formula will be change in quantity demanded upon total quantity multiple price upon change in the price. Now let us understand the first method of ratio or proportion method for calculating the elasticity of demand. This is our example. In this example, first column will be price, second quantity demanded, and third we will apply the following formula, and applying this formula we will calculate the elasticity of demand. For first we can see that the price were 20 and quantity demanded were 10. When the price increases from 20 to 25, demand may decrease from 10 to 9. Here there is a change in price and change in quantity demanded. We have to take the difference of changes in price and difference and changes in the quantity demanded. Original price is equal to first original price 20, new price 25. The difference will be 25 minus 25. Then here 5 will be the difference of price, change in the price. It is denoted by triangle P, that is the change in the price. Now original quantity demanded were 10 and new quantity demanded 9. The difference will be 1. Now by applying this formula we will calculate the elasticity of demand. What was the formula? Percentage change in quantity demanded upon quantity into price upon percentage change in price. Now here we can see that 5 is the percentage change in price and 1 is the percentage change in quantity demanded. Now we will take the following figure here. Percentage change in quantity is 1 upon quantity 10 into price 20 upon percentage change in price 5. 1 upon 10 into 20 upon 5. Here we can cut the divide 10 to the 20, 2 upon 5, it will be 0.4. 0.4 will be our answer, and when we will get the answer by applying this formula, it may come 1, it may be less than 1 or it may be greater than 1. If this answer, final answer is 1, if we get the final answer is equal to 1, that means the elasticity, the demand is unitary elastic. Now listen carefully, if we will get the answer is equal to 1, elasticity of demand is equal to 1, it means it will denote the percentage change of quantity demanded equal to percentage change in price. It will be said that the demand is unitary elastic. And when we will get the answer less than 1 means 0.9845, whatever the answer, it means we will get the answer that is less than 1. That means elasticity of demand is less than 1. If elasticity of demand is less than 1, then the demand is relatively inelastic. Relatively inelastic. You have to note this point, this important point in your notebook, that we will also see this in next topic also. And if we will get the answer more than 1, then the demand is relatively elastic. Demand will be relatively elastic. Here the answer is 0.4, which is less than 1. Less than 1 it means elasticity of demand is relatively inelastic. Now with the help of this formula we can easily calculate the elasticity of demand like this. After this method we will see the second method of measuring elasticity of demand. Now second method is total expenditure method. Under total expenditure method we have to consider the total amount which are spent for consuming or purchasing the commodities. We will calculate the elasticity of demand by taking into consideration the total amount of expenditure or total amount which are spent on purchasing or consuming goods or commodities. Under total expenditure method, the elasticity of demand will be measured by comparing the total amount of difference in the total amount of expenditure due to change in the price of commodity. We will compare the total amount of expenditure, the difference between the total amount of expenditure due to change in the price. Before that we have to here calculate the total amount of expenditure. This method was also developed by Professor Marshall, and in this method total amount of expenditure before and after the price change is compared. And for that we have to calculate the total amount of expenditure, which will be calculate price into quantity by multiple the price into the commodity demanded. In this connection Marshall has given the following proposition, which we had applied in previous method, which we had seen in the first method. These were three proposition which you have to keep in the mind. First, relatively elastic demand. When the elasticity of demand is greater than 1, it means here again you can see in previous example, here elasticity of demand, the answer were 0.4, which were less than 1, when we get the answer less than 1, that means the demand is relatively inelastic. We will say relatively inelastic demand. If we will get the answer greater than 1, then it will be the relatively elastic demand. If we will get the answer is equal to 1, then we will say the demand is unitary elastic. Same will be applicable here. First, relatively elastic demand. What will be the relatively elastic demand? In this chapter, these three propositions were most important, and you have to completely understand these three terms. if you will get these three terms, you can easily understand this full units chapter. Now what will be the relatively elastic demand? Relatively elastic demand means elasticity of demand greater than 1. When we will get the answer greater than 1, then it will be relatively elastic demand. What will be the unitary elastic demand? When we will get the answer is equal to 1. Is equal to 1 means when the percentage change of quantity demand is equal to percentage change in price, when the total amount of expenditure before changing the price and after changing the price, the percentage change is same, then it will be the unitary elastic demand. When we will get the answer less than 1, then it will call relatively inelastic demand. Now these were the most important proposition, and we have to completely understand these three topics. This can be explained with the help of the following example. Now we can also understand above three proposition with the help of this example. Now here is the commodity ABC and the price of that commodity before and after changing, and these were the quantity demanded in units. Now first, the original price of product A was 10 and quantity demanded 6. The total expenditure incurred is rupees 60. How is it calculated? By multiplying the price into commodity. 10 into 6, 60. Now when the price changes from 10 to 20, when price increases from 10 to 20, the demand decreases from 6 to 5. If price is 10, we will purchase 6 unit of a commodity. When price increases, we will purchase less quantity. Now here we purchase the quantity, we will demand the less quantity at higher price. Now the total amount is spent is equal to 20 into 5, that is 100. Now in this method what we have to do, we have to divide the total expenditure incurred, that is 60 upon 100. 60 upon 100, the answer here we will get. Now here we will get the answer 0.6, and 0.6 is less than 1. Now when we will get the answer less than 1, here we will say the demand is relatively inelastic. Here elasticity of demand, here we can here we do not have to divide anything here. Here while calculating elasticity of demand, the formula is we have to keep the mind in the total amount of expenditure. Either it may increase or decrease as compared to previous expenditure. Now current expenditure increase or decrease. Here in this first method, the total outlay was 60, and now after changing the price, the total outlay means total amount expenditure, total amount incurred is rupees 100. It means the total outlay increases by rupees 40. When the total outlay increases, it means elasticity of demand greater than 1. Here we have to again understand these three proposition with the help of this method. When with a give change in the price of commodity, total outlay increases. Here when the change in the price, due to change in the price, the total outlay increases, current outlay increases, then it will be then we will say elasticity of demand is greater than 1. When due to change in the price, but the total outlay, total expenditure of previous and current is equal, then we will say elasticity of demand is equal to 1. And with when with a given change in the price of commodity total outlay decreases, elasticity of demand is less than 1. Now here we can see that in this example, when the price change here, the new total outlay is rupees 100, it means total outlay increases by rupees 40, and if total outlay increases, we will say demand is relatively inelastic. In the total expenditure method, it will called relatively elastic demand. And when due to change in the price but total outlay is equal, there is no change in the total expenditure, then we will say elasticity of demand is here elasticity of demand is equal to 1, it will call unitary elastic demand. And when due to change in the price the total outlay decreases, previous total expenditure was 100, now it is 60, it means it is decreases by rupees 40. When total outlay decreases, then we will say it relatively inelastic demand. Elasticity of demand is less than 1. Now here we will see these three proposition with the help of this table, and we also explain, we already have explained this table. And with the help of this table we clear our concept which is called relatively elastic demand, unitary elastic demand and relatively elastic demand. We have to consider this point while calculating the elasticity of demand. Now after this method we will see the third method. Third method is point method or geometric method. Professor Marshall also developed another method to measure elasticity of demand, because percentage method and total expenditure method are unable to measure elasticity of demand at a given point on the demand curve. That's why Professor Marshall also developed this method, which is called geometric method or point method. Under this method we can calculate the elasticity of demand at each and every point on demand curve. Now the following formula can be used while calculating the elasticity of demand. The formula is lower segment of demand curve below a given point upon upper segment of demand curve above a given point, that is L upon U. Demand curve may be either linear or non-linear as shown below. Now let us see the first, if demand curve is linear. When the demand curve is linear means straight line. You can see that it is the demand curve. This straight line, we extend the demand curve to meet the y-axis here at A and y-axis at B. This y-axis at point A and y-axis point B for drawing this demand curve, which is a parallel line, straight line. Price elasticity of demand at x-axis is 0. Here the price elasticity of demand of x-axis will be 0 and the price elasticity of y-axis will be infinite. Elasticity of demand will be different at each point. These were the each and different point on demand curve of elasticity of demand, and here we can calculate the elasticity of demand at each and every point of this demand curve. Let us assume that AB is the demand curve. Here AB, it is the demand curve. It is a straight line which is parallel to y-axis. That will called demand curve. Point elasticity at various points on linear demand curve can be measured as follows. Now here we will calculate the elasticity of demand at each and every point on demand curve, that is P2, P and P1. Now the following formula will be applied while calculating the elasticity of demand under this third method, that is under on geometric method or point method. Now first at point P, here we will calculate the price elasticity of demand on demand curve at point P. Now here P is equal to PB upon PA. This will be the demand curve point of P. P is equal to PB upon PA, that is 4 upon 4. Here will be the difference between PB and P1 is PB and PA is equal, same, that is 4 upon 4 is equal to 1. While dividing this, we will get the answer is equal to 1. If we will get the answer is equal to 1, now we can say that the demand is unitary elastic. Now at the point of P1, here the formula will be P1 is equal to P1B upon P1A. P1B upon P1A is equal to, here P1B will be 2 and P1A it will be 6. Here we will say we have take the same difference of 2. This will be AP difference to P2 to P difference to P to P1 2 and P1 to B 2. Here the total length of demand curve is 8 centimeter, and we have divided this 8 centimeter into equal parts, that is 2 2 2 2. Here the length of PB will be 4 centimeter and PA 4 centimeter. That's why we have taken here 4 upon 4 is equal to 1. Now same here, the length of PB will be 2 and length of PA, here P1A will be 6. 2 4 6. The answer will be 2 upon 6 is equal to 0.33. Here we get the answer which is less than 1. If we get the answer less than 1, now we can say that thus point P1 demand is relatively inelastic. Demand is relatively inelastic. And at point of P2, we can here take P2B upon P2A, that is 6 upon 2. That will be 6 upon 2, that is 3. And when we get the answer more than 1, that at point of P2 demand is relatively elastic. Demand will be relatively elastic. Now here with the help of this diagram or demand curve, we can easily calculate the elasticity of demand at each and every point of this demand curve. Now in each point of demand curve we will get the different answer, may be possible, and at the different answer we will say we can say it at demand is unitary elastic, relatively inelastic or relatively elastic. Now next, non-linear demand curve. Non-linear demand curve means when the demand curve is not a straight line, not parallel to y-axis. When the demand curve is not linear, that is convex to origin, to measure price elasticity of demand, we have to draw a tangent. AB, that is AB here, for touching the given point on the demand curve and extending it to meet y. we have extended it to meet the y axis at point A and x axis at point B. X axis at point B. Now here we will calculate the elasticity of demand by applying this formula. Formula will be lower segment of the tangent below a given point upon upper segment of the tangent above a given point. Here you can easily understand, see the difference of linear point demand curve and non-linear demand curve. Here it is a straight line, or here it is not a straight line. If EB is equal to EA, if EB is equal to EA, that means elasticity of demand is equal to A, that is unitary elastic demand. We can know the percentage change of EA is equal to EB, that will be elasticity of demand is equal to 1, that is unitary elastic demand. If EB greater than EA, this EB greater than EA, that will be relatively elastic demand. If EB is less than EA, that will be elasticity of demand is less than 1. Now with the help of these two figures, we can easily, here we have explained these two figures of this method, that is geometric method, and at this point we can calculate the elasticity of demand. Dear student, if you understand this topic, then like and share our video and subscribe our channel and comment your doubts on comment box. If you want this video of this syllabus in Hindi or other language, in Hindi language, yeah, or mix of both language, then you can comment. We will try to upload the video in multiple language also. If you comments, if you demand, then we will also upload this video of syllabus in multiple language. Hope you will understand this topic. In next lecture, now we will say the remaining topic in other lecture. Thank you.